and welcome to another episode of Between the Studs. I am your host, Daniel, and I am joined today by Joe and the newest member of the Atlanta Brickco team. We've got Johnny over here.
What's up, everybody?
A.K.A. Joe 2.0. We
A.K.A.
got
J-Mock Studios as
A.K.A.
well.
J-Mock Studios, that's right. Gosh, getting the social plugs in.
Yeah, I know.
The
Already,
shameless promotion.
You're welcome.
Unbelievable.
But yes, this is my little brother, in fact. Actually.
That's right. One of your little brothers.
That's true.
And another Wicker on the team. That's right. So we'll see how it pans out. Don't worry, Joe did not do his job interview.
Right. He wouldn't have gotten the job if I did.
No,
So.
It would have been much worse.
I had a better chance without Joe interviewing.
Exactly.
So before we get started, real quick, let's start with this. Johnny, what brings you to Atlanta Brickco? What are you going to be doing for us?
I'm going to be working with Ethan with minifigures, and then I'm also going to be doing a lot of the editing and behind-the-scenes stuff for the YouTube channel.
Great. There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Today, I didn't even say the title of the video.
Yeah,
I didn't
what
even say
are
what
we
we're talking
doing
about.
here?
Today, we are talking about the best sets from the year. We're hopping in our time machine. We are going back to 2015. It doesn't feel like that long ago, but it is 10 years ago. And that's okay. All right.
I went in the Wayback Machine.
In the Wayback
The
Machine?
Wayback.
I just explained to you what that is the other day.
Yeah, well, I thought it was the Peabody Sherman.
2015.
Wait,
2015.
It's not. Wait.
In theaters, The Force Awakens came out.
That's crazy.
The Return of Star Wars. Another returned trilogy that got steadily worse with every subsequent movie that came out, Jurassic World.
That
The
was
first
also
Jurassic World
2015.
came out in 2015. Mad Max Fury Road, another one of my favorites. The end of the Hunger Games series.
That really?
Mockingjay Part 2
Honestly,
came
I'm
out in
surprised that was
2015.
that late.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
while I was in high school.
Wow.
The biggest one, probably the most important one, Atlanta Brickco was founded
That's
in
true.
2015.
In 2015 was the first year that we were open.
Black
Business,
Friday in
yeah.
2015.
So we're coming up on that 10 year at the end of this year.
That's right. We should have some special things going on,
That's
so be
right.
sure to stay tuned for that. I graduated high school 2015. Big deal.
I graduated.
I'm a big
old
kid
man.
now.
Okay, all right. This one blew my mind. Tom Holland was announced that he was going to be
Yeah.
playing Spider-Man. He had not been in the MCU.
That's
prior to that
crazy. Like,
at all.
He's been in it for so long.
Yeah.
Now he's one
10
of the
years
most
now.
popular.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now for your more cringy pop culture trends, Snapchat filters were introduced.
Oh, very
People were
exciting.
taking
Yay.
selfies with Snapchat filters on their selfie sticks.
Yeah, good stuff.
Talking about such characters as Left Shark from the Super Bowl halftime show, and Pizza Rat. you remember Left
Yay.
Shark?
No,
Katy
not-
Perry
none
at
of
the.
that.
Yeah, that
Oh
was
my gosh!
big stuff.
Uptown Funk was top of the charts.
Okay, that's fair. I know
Biggest
that
song of
song.
the year. Hotline Bling came out.
No idea.
Hello by Adele, another one. Lots of memes came out of these. Very meme-filled year 2015
Okay.
was.
And a very Lego-filled year, too.
Yeah, a very Lego-filled year. That's right. So we're going to be talking about our favorite sets from the year 2015 that we would want to bring back in our time machine with
Right.
us.
Yeah.
Our time machine has finite space, so size will be taken into account as well.
Yeah, only 5 sets each, sadly.
5 sets apiece. 5 sets apiece. So we usually do this round robin style, and for whatever reason, we usually start on this side, which is our left, but it's your right, so it doesn't really make very much sense. But that's
a
how
good
we've
point.
always done it.
So we're going to keep doing it that way and start with
That's
me.
right. Joe, what is your first pick? What do you put in the time
Gosh,
machine from
man.
2015 to bring
Yeah,
back with you?
my theming is very similar of all my sets, but I'll start with the first one, which is 70732, the City of Sticks, which is
Did you spell that right? You sure it's not
Yeah.
spelled with a Y?
no, it's 2 eyes.
Two eyes?
Yeah, that's 2 eyes.
The City of Steaks?
It's literally
Or
that's how
like
it's spelled.
Stikes or-
Yeah,
Well, like the River Styx
it's
is spelled
pronounced
with a
Styx.
Y. Ah, sorry, I digress.
it's Ninjago. You wouldn't get it.
Oh.
Anyway, this is the City of Sticks, which was one of the bigger sets of the Wave Possession, which I actually have recently started trying to collect all of, which was good timing because when I pulled up this list, I was like, oh dang, 2015 is a lot of my collection.
You
Actually,
did. You just traded a bunch of stuff to
I
get some of
did.
these
I
possession
traded
sets.
all of the sealed crystallized sets I had to get
Yeah.
some sealed possession sets. I'm only 2 sets away from the whole wave. So
Those will be
I'm
easier to
very excited.
reobtain if you really decide you want them. Down the
Exactly.
road.
Yeah,
That's
they're a
what
lot newer,
That's
so
what I
it'll take
figured.
longer for them to
So
get
yeah,
expensive.
this is a good set. This has got you would recognize this little boat with the dark blue tattered sail. You know what
Sure.
I'm talking about? Yeah. All right. Cool. It's very cool. You'd like it.
Yeah, great. Sounds cool.
It's a great set. Big ghostly looking building. Great figs, and it retailed for $100, and it's now $350. So possession is one of the most expensive ways of Ninjago because it's also one of the best ways of Ninjago.
Yeah.
The season was really good, plus the sets were fantastic. So
Yeah. Great
I may
figures.
or
You got
may
transparent
not,
parts in there.
dude. the transparent legs, heads, like
I know that was
just
a step up for Lego too.
Oh, yeah.
To have all of the ghosts have transparent legs.
crazy stuff.
This probably was one of the first years for it, because I know there were a bunch of Chima sets in this year, which we're not going to be talking about, and I know some of those ice characters also had transparent legs. This might have been some of the first transparent minifigure parts, apart from
pretty
like,
wild. It is a fantastic set. I did get this one recently. I have this one built, and I mean it's such a big increase in price. I would definitely, even though I own it, I'd pick up an extra one for sure.
Oh yeah,
good sets for sure.
Excellent choice. I don't know what it looks like, but it sounds cool, so I'd probably get one.
You would.
Johnny, would you pick up one of these if you were back in our time machine in 2015?
Probably,
retail price?
Just because of
What was
how
that retail
expensive
price?
It was
is now.
100, so it's one of the bigger
Okay.
ones. Yeah, but
So
because
it like
it's
doubled
expensive.
in price.
Oh, triple,
100.
350.
Oh, it was 100.
Yeah, 350
Okay.
now. So
Still pretty pricey for back then.
yeah, I know that's the biggest.
Yeah,
actually,
it
the
had a
second
good
biggest
size.
of the
It had a
wave.
good sized building
Yeah.
and a boat, and then another.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's a
craft or
good
whatever.
size set for
So,
sure.
Do you think you would pick one of these up, or would you pass on it?
Nah, I'd probably get one.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
know too.
All right, for my first set today, I'm starting small. No, not quite. More or less going in ascending retail price, but not quite. A little small one to start. We're doing set 76040 Brainiac Attack. This was a $25 set. I remember buying this one
Small
retail.
one. Really, that was $25. Shoot.
$25
Definitely
retail.
worth it.
Came with 4 outstanding minifigures. Yeah, I mean, you got the
Right.
Superman, which was
It's a Superman.
probably pretty
We've gotten
standard.
Superman,
You got the Martian Manhunter,
which is
great.
standout. Yeah.
You got the Supergirl, which is
Also a good one.
probably one of the most expensive ones to come out of
Yeah.
that. And then the last one was the Brainiac, of
Right.
course, which is I
Okay.
don't think he's super expensive,
But he's cool.
He's cool. I don't think they'd made him at all before this.
Right.
So I think this was around the time that maybe that Batman 3 video game came out, because these are a lot of those
Yeah.
characters from that. A lot of the other DC sets from this year were not great, but they were a lot of those kind of periphery characters from that series. So yeah, $25 retail. The Supergirl minifigure alone now goes for like $30 to $40 by
Oh,
herself.
there you go.
So.
Definitely was. And the Martian Manhunter's probably the same thing.
Yeah. Cool parts too. It's just a
Yeah.
little ship with like the tentacles
Cool
and
tentacle
stuff.
parts.
I wish it had because a big part of the video game was like how he was shrinking down the cities and stealing them.
I didn't play that one as much.
Which, well, anyway, it reminds me of like now what they're doing with Dreams, how like the little Raven Night Hunter, whatever, has
yeah.
the little like domes with the
And it's
tiles in
holding
them.
them
I wish they
inside
had
of it.
done something like that
Yeah.
in this set. Would have been another cool added layer to it. But what do you guys think? Would you guys pick this one up if
I
we're
mean,
going back to 2015?
For me, I'm not a big DC guy, so I'm not excited for it. But I know that this is a good set.
Brainiac
And
and
Martian
Martian
Manhunter is a
Manhunter.
cool character. And I watched Young
that sick
Justice
cape.
when it was coming out, and I was really into
Bro, that was a
and
good show.
It was a good show. It had good and it had a lot of these characters. So I would, and I mean, for the value, $25. Like, yeah, I would easily pick it up.
There you go.
It's
What
pretty
you
good
got?
for 4 figures. I don't even know what the set is.
Yeah,
But like
It's
four,
like a-
four figures is pretty.
It's got
good
the
for
trans
25.
neon green dome on top and like the little tentacles coming out of the bottom, and it's got like a big skull on the front.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, fair
Yeah.
fair enough.
All right, hit us with your first one.
What do you got for us,
Sean,
Johnny?
Set 75060. It retailed for $200. The Slave One.
Yeah.
The UCS Slave One.
Yeah.
Gosh,
such
you're
a
starting out
sleek
strong.
Yeah, the UCS
Such
Slave
a
one.
sleek one.
Man, and why'd you pick this?
Because it's humongous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just like for the price of $200 coming out, insane value for how large it is,
Yeah.
and plus it's the best Slave One they've ever come out with by far.
Yeah.
That is
the
usually
figures
the
are
point of
great.
UCS.
Yeah,
sets,
it's
yeah.
true.
Well, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent pick. And that one was retail for what? 200?
It retailed for 200 and now is 600.
Yeah,
So
I'd have
it's
to
tripled
pick
in
one of
price,
these
but
up.
that's a big set to be tripling
Right.
in price like that. I mean,
I'd have to
the
snag one
like
of these.
possession one tripled, but like
It's
that's only $100.
right when it's a
you know?
$200 set tripling.
Like that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
I'm gonna have to
again,
pick that up.
it is a UCS set.
Right.
So
Yeah.
How about you, Joe? You gonna
I,
grab one of
I
those?
own this set. Like, of course I would get another one.
get
sealed.
another one.
Yeah, and especially with
Yeah.
the Django's UCS Slave one coming out, this is probably actually going to go up more because of that. I
Yeah.
could see
yeah,
that.
people are gonna want to
they're
buy
gonna
them
want
as the
both
pair,
of them.
obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's going to make it shoot up even
I
more.
wonder how
The new
similar
one's
they're gonna be.
the new one's supposed to have more pieces, but that probably just means more detail.
More smaller
I would
parts
expect
and
it
stuff.
about the
It'll
same size.
the scale should be pretty close, which I think is going to be gorgeous.
At the time we're filming this, I think the only thing we've seen is just the patent for the
Windscreen.
cockpit
Yeah.
piece. Sort of random.
I hope the like the scale of like how narrow or how long it is
Yeah.
is pretty similar. Because
Yeah.
you know, if you're gonna display them beside each other, you want them to look pretty similar.
Exactly.
At least.
Yeah.
All right, back to you, Joe. Round two. What do you got for us?
I have another Ninjago possession
Oh
set.
wow,
No
shocking!
way, that's
Wow.
crazy.
So
Probably
two of
not
the
your
sets
last
that
either.
I had 10 sets on my list when I started this, and Johnny took 2 of them, but they were both Star Wars, so I don't have any Star Wars now, which is fine because I'm happy with my Ninjago. So this next one is 70736, the Attack of the Moro Dragon. Which this,
Yeah.
I mean, you know this.
Yeah,
This is
I
a
know this
good
one.
set. I mean, the Moro Dragon is a very iconic looking Ninjago dragon. The way they use what is that curved piece called?
The macaroni brick.
Yeah, I guess.
How it has that
yeah,
kind of.
and they used it to do like that
wavy.
wavy dragon, so you
Yeah.
kind of get that flowing aspect in the set, and then plus the fabricated wings are absolutely amazing.
With the
Again,
tears
possessed
and-
Lloyd as well again in that set. It's just a great set, and this one retailed for $70, but I just bought it and it was sealed for $350.
Oofa doofa.
So this one is the same price as the last one we talked about, but it retails for even less, and it's gone up so much, and it's such a desirable. Like people know the Moro Dragon if they know Ninjago at all.
It's
I
a
mean,
very
even if they don't,
iconic
like
wave.
you know
The
it.
color scheme is so unique.
And it's just one of the best ways, in my opinion. This is the best wave of Ninjago, so I'm collecting it. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm really happy that I got this one because it's so expensive, and I was like, I'm glad I could trade towards it, but
You do your check marks backwards.
I'm left-handed.
That doesn't
Oh,
make a difference.
It
so
does because you
sad.
pull like this, I pull like that.
Whatever.
See, I'm not Joe.
Oh, thank
I'm
God.
right-handed,
He is
we
guys.
right-handed.
we got a right-handed wicker.
You're
thank
welcome.
Goodness.
I actually can write properly, and I do my check marks the right way.
All right. I mean, I
Probably.
don't know. I don't know if I pick one of these up or not.
But you know this.
I do
dragon,
know it.
yeah.
I do know it. It's a good set for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. How about you, Donnie? You gonna grab one of these?
I would probably.
Yeah. You like
I mean,
Ninjago.
I like
Ninjago,
Ninjago,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, for my next pick, another relatively small one, 75902, only retailed for $30. This is the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo.
That retail for $30.
$30. Well,
Wow.
what's criminal about this set is that it did not include the entire gang,
Right.
and that's why some of them are so expensive.
Velma.
They should not have made core characters chase items.
yeah.
I think there's a lot of people's beef with the Scooby-Doo line. So I would have
Yeah.
much rather have seen this be a $40 or $50 set
And get all of
and
them.
include the whole gang.
Yeah.
It was a small set. It's just the vehicle, and
Yeah.
I think that's the one that comes with the tree.
Yeah,
It's like
it's like a
the
ghost
little
tree
ghost
with
tree.
the
Ghost
like,
robot
mouth
tree.
open,
Yep. Now retails for $200.
Yeah,
more,
I was gonna say
potentially.
it's so
Or not
expensive.
retails, but you know.
that's what it goes for, man. And it's one of those sets that every time we get it in and we put it out, it sells instantly.
I
Like,
think I'm
it's
probably going
gone.
to take the cake for most inflated price. That's
Yeah,
over
yeah.
six times.
That's pretty good.
6 times the value in 10 years.
That's wild. Absolutely.
Gosh,
insane.
can you imagine? These were probably on clearance places too. Can you imagine just
Don't-
going down the aisle,
don't.
scooping them into your cart?
Uh,
I'm bringing back several of these, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't even say I'm that big of a Scooby-Doo
I have-
fan, but
I really don't have any
Hanna-Barbera
Scooby-Doo,
cartoons
yeah.
are great.
I'm not a big Scooby-Doo guy at all, but like the Mystery Machine, people know what that is.
And this is so iconic. I mean, you've
Yeah.
got the what's the castle called? Why did I just
Mystery
blank?
Mansion.
The Mystery Mansion.
Right.
Another fantastic
Yeah,
set.
it is a great set.
But I decided to go with this one because it was super cheap and going to be super easy to pick
Yeah.
up and bring back the time machine.
That's right, and that's what we're really going for.
That's right. That's
Very
right.
cool. Yeah, I would definitely get one. I'd probably get 7 actually.
Yeah, I'd probably
Get
a
as many
few and
as-
just like
Yeah.
sell them instantly.
Same thing.
though.
Small boxes. We'll pack all the big boxes in the time machine first,
Right.
and then we'll fill all the gaps in with mystery
Perfect,
machines.
perfect.
Great. All right, Johnny, what do you got for us next?
So we've got set 75106. It retailed for $130. It is the Imperial Assault Shuttle.
Carrier.
This is such a good set.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't just call it the what is it, Gozanti class? Isn't that what they're
I don't
actually
remember
called?
what it's called.
I think that's the
But
actual
man,
name of them.
what a gorgeous ship in general.
Yeah.
And then they finally made it in Lego because of Rebels. And this was the other one that was on my list that I was like, good, I'm glad you took that because it's a good. I mean,
also
you
has some
had
iconic
this set.
figures.
I
You
bought
still have
this.
this
I
one?
didn't even watch Rebels when I was a kid. The only 2 sets that I bought during that time period from Star Wars were the prototype TIE that had the Inquisitor,
Right.
just because I thought the Inquisitor was a
Yeah,
cool fig at
right.
the time. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
before he came back
Great
and before he
figure.
became popular
Yeah.
and before he was $100 or more.
Mm-hmm.
And this set, just because I thought it was so cool that there were little like mini scale
Dude,
TIE fighters on the
so
bottom, and you
cool.
could push the things and they would
they'll
drop off.
launch. Yeah.
I don't know. Did this one go up in value at all after it appeared in The Mandalorian? Because that was such a cool scene in
It was
that,
when it's like
when they're taking off and they're
and you see the slipstream and
the
so
night
nice.
owls are like flying on their jetpacks to
So
catch up with it and
cool.
take it over, and then they end up like crashing it in. Oh man, that was
It
such
made
a cool
me
scene.
so glad to own the set. I was
Yeah.
literally watching that going, Oh yeah, that's
I
a
think
good
I was
show.
I think I was living at home at the time with my parents. It was before I moved down here, and I think that set had been like in my closet in a bin for years. And then I was watching that episode of The Mandalorian. And I got it out, and I was like playing with it again. I was flying it around and dropping the TIE fighters off and stuff. That's such a cool set and cool ship in general.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
now it is over $300 at $320.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big increase.
That's a pretty
still.
that's a pretty good increase.
Yeah.
And the main reason for that is the Sabine, honestly, with their
Yeah,
helmet.
the Sabine with the helmet. That's true. That's a huge part of that.
At the height of the helmet craze, that helmet was going for $160
$160.
for the helmet only.
Yeah. I was collecting Mandalorians at that point.
I remember, yeah.
And I got the Sabine, but it just had, the hair, and then I bought the second one they had made. But I just couldn't get the helmet because it was just so expensive.
So ridiculous.
Yep.
And I think it's gone down a little since they made a new one, but it's not even the same helmet at all.
That's why I think I traded mine in right around
You
the
did.
show came
Yeah,
out.
I
I don't
remember
remember
that.
what you gave me for it.
It was
but
a lot.
The fig
It was
with the
a lot,
helmet.
yeah.
Because I didn't have that much attachment to Sabine, not
Right.
having watched Rebels. But
Yeah.
who else was in that set? What was the Imperial guy?
Callus.
Callus. He's worth a fair bit too,
Yeah, he's
isn't
like
he?
$60.
$60. I wonder if I traded him in already or not.
I don't know.
I'll have to look at home.
Callus is good. His
Yeah.
sideburns are hot.
It's he's got this wicked
Whoa.
side. the astromech droid is
That's
really
a
cool
good- with
too.
the-
The
the
one with the clear
translucent
dome.
head, yeah.
Good
Oh,
figs
yeah.
in that set. Good figs. Good.
That's
figs.
they've made 3 of those, right? Not the exact droid,
Yeah,
but 3 with the
that was
transparent.
transclear.
It's
They did a
transclear.
trans.
There's a couple with.
I
They
guess
have like an
transparent
orange.
now.
They have like one with orange printing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So there, I think
There's
there's
a-
two with the trans brown.
I think there was one of the blue ones with the transparent head too.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
So,
There's several.
yeah, and they look great.
They
They
do
look
look
really good
yeah.
like that.
I would probably try and squeeze a couple of these in.
If
I
we
I
could.
love this set so
Right.
much.
A fleet of these would be dope.
Oh man.
I mean, like I said, I
And,
already
like,
have this set.
surrounded with like a Star Destroyer or something
Oh,
like that.
and those around it.
Yes.
We don't even get these in built. That
Not often, yeah. And
Just-
it's a
just don't see
good
them.
set.
I don't think Rebels sets sold very well when they were out.
I don't either,
Doesn't
but
seem
man,
like-
they're expensive now, and that's because they didn't sell well.
Yeah.
But I would grab an extra one. I already have one, but I'll take
Nice.
another.
All right, Joe. Round 3. Back to you. What do you got?
Guess what? Ninjago.
Wow. Gosh, you couldn't
Possession.
even spread them out.
It's
All right, go
literally
back to
4
back
of
to
my
back.
5 are Ninjago.
Okay, great.
It's
Um,
kind of.
Thank you for mixing it up for
Unoriginal.
us.
Yeah, I do what I can, you know.
Yeah.
So this next one is my last from the normal wave of possession. This is 70738, the final flight of the Destiny's Bounty, which, yeah, they make a lot more bounties later on. So it's the final flight of that Destiny's Bounty. It's very dramatic in the show, but this is a great set. This is one of my favorite bounties in general they've ever made because it's got I'm sure I showed you this one because it was built when I got it. The wing function, it's got 4 pieces on the top and it pulls it
splays
out.
when you
Yeah.
push that. Yeah, that's
So
a
it's
cool
got
play
a
feature.
it's got a really good function. The engines too fold really cool at the bottom, and this has great figs. This is one that comes with a little side dragon build. It comes with the Moro that's not the possessed Lloyd, but it's just the Moro with the
Looks
translucent
sick.
head and the translucent legs with the tattered cape. A crazy looking figure. He looks so cool. And then of course several of the ninjas. And that's a thing with Possession as well. I really like that version of the Ninjago's suits. Yeah, that's one thing that I think those are some of my favorite suits. So this one was the most expensive of the whole wave, which was $120 when it retailed. And just like the last 2 we talked about, this is going for about $350 now sealed. So
There you go.
they all have gone up and stayed up. You know, they're just kind of staying at this high price that it just makes them hard to collect.
Yeah.
But I got this one, thankfully. I got this one used. It had someone traded it in. It was complete. It had the box and instructions too. I was like, you know what? I don't need it certified. I'll take it like that.
Even better.
So I picked that one up recently, and I mean, it's just killer. It's killer.
That Moro was pretty expensive for a while, wasn't
He went up to like $80 at the height of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just because people didn't know he was expensive, and then I think people were like, "Oh, I have him," and then people started selling. So he's like $40 now, but yeah, he went up to $80 for sure.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
There's a cheat sheet that I think you did
Yeah.
with the Ninjago like flight spinners or whatever.
Oh,
the,
yeah, I
the
remember
air
that.
jitsu spinners. He took one and then he got the cape from Moro, which is on several other
Right.
figures.
It's just the tattered.
put
black
it
cape.
on, exact same figure.
Yeah. So I paid.
Yeah.
I paid $30 and then a couple bucks for the case or the cape, and then I just made the fig because the only difference was the
Yeah.
tattered cape from this set, and then the other one from one of those spinners is just the same fig without the cape.
So he got like $40 free.
Yeah,
Nice.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
every now and then there's figures like that you can do that with.
And
So
it's
you can
super-
just kind of game this.
It's harder.
system.
It's harder to catch that kind of thing now, but with something like that, where
It's because people
it's
go on
Ninjago,
BrickLink and
yeah.
they buy the one based on the inventory for that set or whatever without
Exactly.
really looking at what they
at
made.
the parts specifically. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a great set. I would.
Excellent pick. Another
Would you get it?
excellent one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Would you get it?
I definitely get the bounty, like just the build and maybe a couple of figures. I don't know if I'd pay 100 for the whole thing though.
Oh,
I
tough.
don't know.
There you go.
Sad for you.
All right, next up. Now I've got a big one. Let's jump up to. All right, we're gonna do 10246. This is the Modular Detective's Office. This retailed for $160. So not you thought it was 200, and it wasn't even that much.
Well, for a
160.
so used to-
modular,
yeah,
that's
160 for
that's
modular.
so
Dude.
low.
Yeah.
I when you said that, I was like, ain't no way. That's crazy.
And this is I don't own this one because I've always told myself I'll only own one modular building, and I already have it. It's the Palace
Yeah.
Cinema. This is probably my second favorite modular building.
this is actually my favorite modular.
This is your
building.
favorite
Yeah,
one?
Like if I got one,
It's
it
just-
would be this one.
It's a very cool, unique theming. You've got that kind of like film noir,
Exactly.
the pool hall with the fans
Yeah,
spinning,
he's got the office
and
with
the office
everything.
above, and then you've got the storytelling element where they're like investigating the crime from what is it? They was the
the
time with the
barbershop
brick
mix.
bank
Oh
or
yes,
something
yes,
with
that's right.
the how the
Because
there
that was the one right after
the
I
bank
think.
with the laundromat, and there was
Yeah.
there was a whole tie-in and a storytelling element, which I don't think they've quite replicated since. They've
Yeah.
done like a little bit of storytelling, but this was like a really cool kind of tie-in as well. Not like a play feature per se, but
Right.
just really nice theming as well. Beautiful color scheme as well. I think this one worked really well for its time. Yeah, so 160 retail could now go for upwards of $500 if you want a sealed one.
Yeah, that's more
definitely
like
expensive.
it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, pretty expensive. It's kind of mid to upper range as far as modular buildings go. Some
Yeah.
are cheaper, some are more expensive, but
I will say
it's
it is
right
one
there
we
in the
get
mix.
in relatively often. I feel like because of its age, like
Built
people
or
have it
sealed.
for a while, and then that's right. A lot of times it's built, but
Yeah.
it's still good. That's the thing. Modulars are one of the best sets to buy built.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because they're just
Especially if
sturdy
you're just trying to
builds.
make
Exactly.
a city or something,
Yeah.
and you don't necessarily need the building experience
Exactly.
for it.
Yeah. Very cool.
Did
Yeah, I
you
mean,
guys pick this one up?
for 160, I've always thought about getting it in general. So for 160, I would.
Yeah. There you
Easy
go.
Oh yeah,
money.
160 for a modular is
Right.
like way too good of
Yeah.
a deal to
Yeah.
pass
Now
up.
they're like
Good one to
240.
snag.
So,
Yeah.
sheesh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, Johnny, what do you got for us next?
So we've got set 70737. It retailed for $60, and it was the Titan Mech Battle from Ninjago Possessions.
Yeah.
The-
See, I'm not alone. I'm not
Okay.
alone.
The set was
I'll
really
see
special
myself
for
out.
me. This set was really special for me because of like how nostalgic it was. It was my favorite set in that theme. Now I look back at it.
Wait, stop. How old were you in 2015?
7. Yeah, I was about 7.
Oh, 7. Okay, all right. I thought you were younger.
Come on,
than
man. He
that.
wasn't a
I thought
kid.
you were like 3 or 4
Yeah, I
or
was like.
something. I don't know, man.
Yeah, the mechs are okay for our modern Ninjago mech building era or whatever, but I don't know. It was just like when I looked at it first at around 7, I was just like blown away with how cool the set was. Plus, Zane has always been my favorite
Right.
character, and so him getting his own build was amazing. Plus, he looks amazing in that suit.
He's one of the best ones
The
in that
black
outfit,
and
yeah.
Okay, well,
white
now
like,
hang on.
mashup is amazing.
This is an important revelation. So your favorite is Cole.
Yeah.
Is this Zane? Wasn't
Yeah.
somebody else's favorite Zane? Was Grant's favorite
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zane.
Zane? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know. We're just always tracking whose
Yeah.
favorite ninjas or whose.
Right.
Yeah, I owned all of the Zanes at one point.
Yeah.
My favorite ninja, in case you're wondering, is Ito from Classic Ninja. You know,
That's nice.
it's a real thing.
That's nice, dude. Yeah, I know.
Come on, Classic Ninja's great. I'll die on that hill.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Okay, so it is now not $60 but $170.
Yeah.
So it broke that 100 mark and was working its way up to 200.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Which I did just pick this one up too. That was one of the ones I got sealed, and it was right up there with that price. And
the forearm mech.
I'm
is
glad I
pretty
got
cool, actually.
right the forearm
Yeah.
mech with the swords and that pale.
The
What is that
grill
yellow
piece or
screen?
whatever.
Yeah, the yellow screen.
Yellow screen. It's just there's a lot of parts in the wave in that color, and it's just a good
Yeah.
one to get. So yeah, it's a great one. I would pick it. I would pick it up, but I just did. So I wouldn't put it in the design machine for time or space reasons, but time and
Well,
space.
okay, we can take the time machine. We'll take the
preserve
time machine to
time
2015.
continuum or whatever.
Get yourself one at retail price. Then we'll come
I'll
back. We'll
trade
drop
it
them
in.
off. We'll take the time machine back to before you get those ones, and you can tell yourself
Not to get that one.
to get the ones at the
you're right.
store,
That's
and
a
then
good
you'll
point.
only have the
I like that. Let's do that.
And then the time space continuum will turn inside out because because you talked to yourself.
But it'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll use a sign. I'll just.
Okay.
Hey,
I
that's
don't
not
think-
what happens in
I don't
movies.
think you
okay?
can. I don't think that's how it
That's
works.
not how time travel
I don't
works.
think you can-
Always works out in the end.
I don't think
somehow.
that's a loophole. All right, back to you, Joe. What do you got for us? Is this our final round?
No, I got 2 more.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Two more.
You know what? I'll change it up. I'll go with something that's not Ninjago, guys. I'll do something
I'm
different.
waiting for the fake out. Here it comes.
No, actually, yeah.
Oh, okay.
76042. It's a Marvel set. And not as it a Marvel set. It's actually, in my opinion, the best Marvel set they've ever made.
Oh.
Oh, I know what
Shield
this
Helicarrier.
is. Yes, I knew it.
Oh yeah, this is a
Oh,
good
yeah.
set.
It is actually a
and
good
you can't have beef with it. It's just so good. This was one of the ones in the magazine, man. I was always going, man, I want that. But it retailed for $350. So at that time, I didn't exactly have money as a 12-year-old.
Hey, Joe, do you have it now?
I sure do, Johnny. Thanks for
That's what I
asking.
thought.
Yeah, no, it came in built once, and I was like, yeah, I gotta trade some stuff. It's worth it, and it had all the figs and everything with it too. So I thankfully do have it now, but it sells for like $700 sealed now, which is double what it retailed for, and it retailed for $350. That was a big retail price for a very big
That's
set.
actually not as much as I thought it would be.
Right.
I thought for sure this would be like a $1,000 set.
It is really hard to find though, especially sealed. Like
We really don't see
You
this one very
never
often.
see that one. And I remember
bought
not
one
long
here,
after I
and then
did, like. Well, mine
Mine
came in, I got it, and you're like, man, that's pretty good. And then literally, like, within the next month, another one came in.
Well,
used.
so it was one we had certified it, but we were missing the micro figures for the Iron Man and the Captain
Right.
America,
So you're like,
which are
"Oh."
like they're like
The Iron Man's
$40 a
expensive,
piece. Yeah, the Iron Man is. I don't, but the
Cap's
Captain America
not that bad.
he's a little bit less.
Yeah.
So I have it certified, but without those two.
But
It's
you were
not
like,
that
I don't
big a
need
deal.
those,
It's not
so,
that big a deal.
yeah,
Not for as
it's-
much as they cost.
Yeah.
The Iron Man, I could just use the other one from the Hall of
It's
Armor. That's
literally 5
worthless.
cents.
It looks nearly identical.
Right. So, yeah, absolutely amazing set. I'm so glad to have it now, and I mean, we all know this is a killer set. So.
Yeah. I would pick one of these up sealed just for the fact that it's
yeah.
cheap, and then I could trade back in the certified one that
Yeah,
I
there
have
you
that I
go.
still haven't
Guys,
built.
we should get like a UCS one. It's like minifigure scale.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
That one
gosh.
was big enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I feel like this could
a
be due
good
for a
size.
remake. The MIDI scale
don't
one they just
disagree.
came out with is not
Oh,
good.
it's-
man, I was excited when I heard
so
that rumor,
bad.
and let's not go off on that.
Not
kinda
well
like-
built and way overpriced.
Yeah, horrid.
Marvel.
And
throws
I'm a
up in
big MIDI
plastic
scale
form.
guy.
Yeah. Well, 2015 Marvel was beautiful, guys.
Yeah.
Let's just remember that we
Yeah.
had that.
That iconic box art with just the big superheroes
Yeah,
on
it was so cool, so good.
Ah.
Yeah, and the figs were
Excellent
pretty
pick.
good. So.
Yep, I definitely picked one of those up.
All right, hit it, Daniel.
All right, next up, we're gonna do the most expensive retail price on mine. What was yours? What was that one we just did? $350. Yeah, that's pretty. All right, my biggest and most expensive retail price one set 71016. This is the Simpsons Quickie Mart.
Yeah.
Came out in 2015. So on the tails of the Simpsons house, they released this one second and never made any more Simpsons sets ever again.
Until this year.
Until this year, barring the collectible minifigure series, of course. So retail for $200. If you want to get one now, it's going to be upwards of $500 potentially. That has increased even more recently because of the announcement that Simpsons sets are going to be coming back.
The burger shop?
The Krusty Burger.
That's what I
Which,
said.
honestly, I'm surprised they didn't make the Krusty Burger second.
Originally,
To
yeah.
me, it feels like more of an iconic location than the Quickie Mart necessarily.
I'm not
but
a Simpsons guy. I don't know, man.
they both worked well. I'm shocked these sets sold as well as they did for as expensive as they were. They're very parts intensive.
Yeah.
They're very large, very dense builds, which is
Mhm.
shocking that they were willing to take a chance on Simpsons rather than just doing like
Anything
play
else?
sets.
Yeah.
Maybe that was part of their marketing strategy because they knew that because Simpsons is a little more adult, they had to
Right.
make it basically look like it was for adults
Makes
and
sense,
not for
yeah.
kids.
I mean, how many tan
Um,
bricks are just in that house?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oof.
A lot of tan bricks, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. Would you guys pick one of these up?
I only would if I was looking at it from an investment point.
Yeah.
I don't care about the Simpsons at all. And honestly, if it was the house, I'd be more because the house is actually just a really good house.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
It's
a
one of the best
sleek,
Lego
It's a
nice
little
design.
cartoonish looking.
But it's a very good house build. So
Yeah.
maybe with that one, I don't know. It's getting kind of tight in the time machine. I'd probably have to leave it behind.
And that's a big box.
Yeah,
It is a big
I'd
box.
probably have to leave it behind.
How about you, Johnny? You gonna snag one of these?
I mean, I remember seeing it like not long after it came out in the magazines and being like, and just looking at it and seeing all the different details in it. It's got nice details,
It
but
does.
like
It does
I'm
have
not
a lot of fun stuff
I'm
in the
not a
interior.
Simpson fan, so
Yeah.
I'd say probably not.
Fair enough. I'm outnumbered.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny. What do you got for your penultimate pick?
Okay, so this is a $50 set. It is set 75083, and it is the ATDP Walker.
Yeah.
We're
One
at
of the-
$50.
One of the coolest walkers
Yeah.
that they ever made.
Yeah.
Very
It's so
distinct looking.
unique, yeah. Like the cockpit, how
The
it's like
chicken walker.
arched back but then forward.
Yeah.
And
But
then the
I
one
mean, you
single
can.
cannon.
It's
in the front.
immediately identifiable as being different.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Standard
Yeah.
ATS.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you look at
100%.
the like ATR, well, not the ATRT. There's small.
But
the
ATST.
ATSC, yeah. Those things have like still the square,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the square imperial
Yeah.
body. But like when you look at those, they're nice and like, I don't know, like rounded out. And
Mm-hmm.
Had those
Yeah,
big domes on the
look really
side.
Right, and
Yeah.
a huge central cannon instead of the small
they're just
side
so
one.
unique compared to the rest of the imperial
Yeah.
designs for their vehicles.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
but it is not $60 anymore.
Nope.
It is $50. It's $200.
Yeah, and that's not wrong at all. It's shot up. It's because it's so unique. People want this, and it also came with Callus with his helmet. That was
Mhm.
the unique fig. A driver, actually maybe two of the drivers. I don't remember, and then a stormtrooper. But yeah, great set. I mean, I have this one because I have all the Rebel sets, and dude, I would pick up a few because you could
Yeah.
have several of these set up in a whole like line shooting at the Rebels or something, and
There
it
you
would
go.
look sick. It
Build
would
a
look
Rebels
sick.
mock too. Like that would
Yeah.
look sick.
Yeah,
Have those walking around
Right.
the city or whatever.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Plus the pilots are just amazing figures.
They're
like
and the white
like, black
outfits,
goggles
yeah,
or whatever
right?
with their masks on looks so cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'd probably pass on this one. It's just easier for me to pass on this stuff because, like in 2015, like I had at least a little bit of disposable income, so I was pretty much buying whatever
Fair.
whatever Lego
What
sets I
you
wanted to
wanted,
get at
yeah.
the time. So like again, I did buy some Rebels sets, even though I hadn't watched Rebels. But I
Right.
don't think this is one that I would necessarily be interested in. It
Fair
just
enough.
didn't have that coolness factor
Mhm.
like the assault carrier or the
Right. Other-
prototype tie.
Yeah,
with
which
the
totally
Inquisitor.
valid. The prototype tie, man, honorable mention. We've said it several times.
Yeah.
It was tough not to
Just
pick
did not
that
make the
one.
cut this
yeah,
year.
there were so many good options.
Didn't make it.
All right, I will
Excellent
round us
pick.
out with our
Hold up. We always do before the final round. We get our
Pause.
honorable mentions in here.
hit
We got to
'em.
get some honorable mentions. As we mentioned, the prototype TIE
Right.
fighter, of course. Borkum Riffgrund was an honorable mention because it was the employee exclusive gift for that year,
Right.
so you could not buy it in a Lego retail store. So we can't put it in the time machine, but an honorable mention. We actually just recently built that on the Joy of Building.
Yeah, so that was very recent.
I had that one sealed in my collection and brought it in as a special treat. I think was that what we did for
That
the
was
100th
100,
episode?
yeah,
There you go.
pretty sure.
The 100th episode of the Joy of Building. When this video is over, you can go back and check that out if you
Yeah.
want to watch us unbox and build that. The Bat Pod.
I was about to say the Bat Pod was one
Yeah.
I wrote down on my list, and I was like, you know what, I couldn't go get this because it was a VIP sweepstakes.
Yeah.
Like that was the only way to get it. But man, that's one of those random sets. I parted this out because it's not. There's no unique parts to it. There was one Bionicle part that was harder to find, but
Power Factory, I thought.
yeah. Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Same difference, you know.
I'm telling.
Flame me, baby.
I'm telling Garrett.
I'm
I'm telling the Bionicle
But
community
anyway,
at
I parted
large.
this out, and I have it built by the big tumbler because
Yeah.
it makes sense, and I'm glad I did.
The
But
older
to have
tumbler or the newer one?
the newer one.
Yeah.
But to have this in the
That
box
just
would be
retired,
crazy.
I think, didn't it? Because it's
I
it's
think
been
so.
on my
It was
it's been on
2021
my
is when it, or 2020
just like
maybe.
passive wanted list on Lego.com for a long time, and I think I finally logged.
Saw
I
it
checked something else on my
It said,
wanted list,
"Meow."
and it had the discount price and out of stock.
Nice. Tough.
Yeah. Let's see. So you had the Bat Pod. Series 14 minifigures was the Monster series.
Monsters.
Sort of unique in that they did this sort
Yeah.
of themed wave, which I don't think they had really ever done before, apart from the special like licensed ones.
Right.
Very unique in that sense that it was all monsters. You had the Flyman. You had,
There's some really good ones.
Oh, yeah.
The zombie pirate guy.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy figs in that.
for sure. A lot of
Plans
interesting
got
molds.
parts for like making different figures
Oh,
too.
absolutely.
Very unique
Absolutely.
damaged parts or whatever.
Yeah.
So there you go. Those are honorable mentions, things that either did not qualify or didn't quite make the cut. Let's jump back over to you, Joe. For our final round, what did you save the best for last?
I did, in fact, in my opinion, save the best for last. This is a set that it holds near and dear and dear and near to my heart.
Is it more near than dear?
It's dear and near.
Or okay.
And near and dear.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
Gosh, you truly are each other's
Confusing.
siblings.
Well, speaking of that, this is 70751, the Temple of Air Jitsu, which
Yeah.
was the set that I have four brothers, but 3 of them are right after me before me in age. So we were always doing all these things together, and I was the first one to get into Lego, and then slowly we kind of all got into it.
Oh gosh, Joe, you're such a trendsetter.
I know.
I wish I could be as cool as you.
You really,
someday.
you should try. But the Temple of Air Jitsu retailed for $200, and this was a set that every time, man, we would look at it in the magazine and be like, if we just each do $50, we could get it, and it would be so cool. And you can get these 2 figs, I'll get these 2, because we all had different favorite ninjas, so that wasn't a problem there.
I did that with some of my friends growing up, like drafting out a set.
Right. So
me and a
were
friend
like,
got the Pharaoh's Quest, the Scorpion
Oh,
Temple,
yeah.
and we were like, oh, I want the build, I want the Anubis guards, I want the Scorpion.
You can have the Amaset
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was the one that we always were talking about getting, and every time we'd be like, I've got enough, you got enough, you got enough. Mom, can we get it? No. Dang it.
Yeah.
She was just like, wait. And she was smart. She would tell us, wait a couple weeks, and then if you want to do it, let me know. And
She
then
wanted
in
to
a
make
couple
sure
weeks,
we actually wanted
a couple
it.
weeks,
Yeah.
me and Johnny still wanted it. Ben probably did, but Will, my older brother, was more like, yeah, I don't really know if I. And it was like, man, if you throw
Whole
off all
plan
that,
fell
you throw it
apart.
all
Yeah.
off, and so we never got it. And one came in I think probably 6 months ago. That was half built, half sealed, and I was like, this is my moment. I was like, I gotta get it, and they're all gonna be sad about it. And I got it, and when I told Johnny, he literally was like, I have to come see it.
I
need
was
to
just
see it.
drooling over
It's
it. So
such
nice.
a good set, and it sells for sealed now like $500.
Yeah.
It's pretty pricey, and it's super hard to find. Or I remember when I went.
It probably has some brittle brown in it too. I would bet.
Don't talk to me about that. It has these big old
the
like
triangular
triangle.
wedge plates with the stickers on them too.
Brown
One
plates are the
of them is
worst.
on there, but it's definitely cracked, and I know it's cracked, and I'm not gonna ever take it apart.
We just had to order a new sticker sheet for one of these.
Yeah.
That I think we were certifying.
Yeah, I
or
think
sealed
that
or
already
something.
sold.
Yeah, might have.
Pretty crazy.
Not a cheap sticker set, probably for that very reason.
Yeah, so this is a fantastic set. One of the ones that I've always wanted. So glad to finally have it now, and man, just killer. I mean, I know you would pick this up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Excellent, excellent final pick. All right, for my last one, not my most expensive set, but
Fair.
probably one of the most sought after, one we actually talked about on a recent video. This is set 21303, Wally from Lego Ideas. We recently talked about this on ranking the best and worst Lego Ideas
And of course,
sets.
this was one of the worst.
So we'll drop that video over here somewhere. You can click on that after the video's over and go watch that video. I think it's this corner. I think it's usually that one.
It's
Okay.
over there.
This set retailed for $60
Still crazy.
in 2015.
Crazy.
If you wanted to get one nowadays, could cost you up to $200 even for a built one.
Yeah, I would
But that's
say,
up to
I would
like
say Bill- I would say
$400
there
for
you
a
go.
sealed
Yeah,
one.
Sealed one is around $400.
Another crazy increase in value. You're talking about at least 5 times
And
or
it's
so.
the same thing as the Mystery Mansion. Like, we put it in stock, it's gone.
Yeah.
Almost instantly every time.
A lot of people must have signed up for the
Yeah,
notifications for
notifications.
this one because it goes very quick. Sort of on that timeline there. Okay, so retailed for $60.
Right.
If you wanted to get a built one now, $200. My favorite story to tell that makes other people mad is that at Brick Fair, Virginia in 2021, I bought a built one from a vendor, no less, not even at the yard sale,
right.
built for $80.
Yeah, that's such a steal, man.
It was a steal. I can't believe that
It was
guy.
a steal then, and now it's definitely, like, looking back, you got
I want to
such
say
a
he
good
was
bargain.
he probably had $100 on it. I think I talked him down to $80.
Crazy.
And then I got it home and I opened it and it had in there. There's a little bonus. There was the minifig that was like one of the chase figs from the whatever the minifigure series was with the orange plates. Was that like
Oh, yes,
series
the
10 or was it the
policeman?
10-year one? The policeman with the
Yeah,
little vintage box. That was just randomly in that bag, and I was
That's
like, "Oh,
so funny.
sweet, cool bonus,
Nice.
nice little fig,
Very
nice little
cool.
fig." I already know y'all are gonna
Yeah,
get this
I mean,
one.
there's
so I
no
don't even
reason
need
not to
ask.
get this. It's
Great
just totally
sets.
worth it.
On the table. Great set, fantastic value for sure for $60. Small box too. Might
It's
pick
true.
up a couple of
we
these.
could probably shove them in a little
Might
bit.
pick a couple of these. It's a nice box design too. Honestly, they always do nice with the Lego Ideas
The way you
set
can
boxes.
like unfold them up, and it's not just the way you cut it open.
No, I just mean the way the box looks.
Well,
I just
it's
like the
true.
way it
Like
looks.
you literally can slide.
Yeah, it's got a hinge.
that's
A lot of
nice
the Lego
boxes,
Ideas do
man.
have that.
Come on,
Can't
you
see.
said.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah, it was actually delayed, I think, when it was coming out because of some problems with the head nut staying.
Well, it
The
was
neck
released,
thing,
and they
yeah.
had to release a supplemental pack
Yeah.
because they were
Correct.
like, "Sorry, that doesn't work."
So it came with, there was a little slip of instructions that would come in them
Uh-huh.
after they made the revision, or if you had gotten the original one
sent
with
you
the,
that.
the neck that just kind of spun around, you could write to customer service and they would send you a little, basically probably a Ziploc
Yeah.
bag with the parts that you would need and that little paper
Right.
slip of instructions to convert it to the updated model. I think they switched to a ball joint rather than basically a free spinning
Right, 'cause
Technic
it just
pin.
it couldn't handle it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Pulling an R2D2, spinning right around.
Yeah. So sort of an unusual part of Lego history. I don't think they've had anything quite that bad in recent memory where they've actually had to
No.
like issue a
The
revision.
last thing I can think of is the Finch Dallo, and that was a whole different situation.
Yeah,
you know?
not like a actual technical
Right, I can't
aspect
think of
failure.
anything.
I'm surprised that
I think,
got through
I
playtesting.
think usually that's
way
the
that it
thing. They
did.
get to the point now where we'll get, this set's delayed, and it's because they caught it.
Right.
So.
Yeah. All right, Johnny, you get to finish us out today. What do you have for your last pick?
It is another Star Wars, and it's set 75094. It retailed for $100, and it is the Shuttle Tidarium.
Yeah.
One of the best they ever came out with, of the Imperial Shuttle wave.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
the UCS was definitely the best one.
Yeah.
So sleek.
right, obviously.
But like this one, good sizing.
Yeah.
It was pretty sleek for like
Mhm.
how small it was compared to the other one.
right.
And it had some really nice figures.
I would say that's the real kicker is that you get that really sick Han and Leia that are the indoor style.
Yeah.
The Han's got like that cool
Yeah,
trench coat looking
yeah.
thing. And,
Yeah.
And then Leia has the like cover, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's got like that cloth
Which is
piece
so
as
cool.
well.
I just still can't believe we've never gotten one like with the landing pad, like a
Right,
big
yeah.
shuttle Tidarium with
Yeah,
the landing.
nothing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a good set actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of a slept on set.
Yeah.
And what's it up to now?
It is now at 220, so
Yeah,
it's
so-
over double.
Yeah, it's pretty.
But, yeah.
For, I mean, that's a,
that's
a good Star Wars set.
Yeah, that's
you
a
know?
good price. I feel like, and that's what it would go for. I feel like if
Yeah.
they released it today. So
Fair.
for right now.
Excellent choice.
Yeah.
Excellent
Very cool.
choice.
Well, that was pretty good.
All good picks from 2015. Our time machine is full, so we can
Yeah.
put away our selfie sticks. We can say goodbye to Pizza Rat, and we can get back in our time machine and return to
Bye,
the year
Pizza Rat.
2025.
I never said hi.
10 years later, just in time to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Atlanta Brick Co. Thank you all for joining us for this episode of Between the Studs. Please hit that like button before you tune out to go check out some of those other videos that we mentioned, like the Lego Ideas Best and Worst video, or what was the other thing we
100th
talked
Joy
about?
Building.
The 100th episode of Joy Building, where we built a Borkum Rifkin, right? You can go check those out. But hit the like button before you leave. Also, consider subscribing to Atlanta Brick Co. TV if you enjoy our content.
Yeah.
You can also consider joining our membership tiers if you want fun access to exclusive content, like exclusive emojis and membership badges as well. So thank you all for joining us for this episode of Between the Studs. I hope you all take care. Bye-bye.
Peace.